Tuesday, July 21st, and the big news today in the NFL is Michael Bennett retiring, the defensive lineman, most notably with the Seattle Seahawks. Guys, how will you remember Michael Bennett in his career?
Well, I'll remember him for not wearing shoulder pads. What a savage. I mean, he walked out there looking like he was just wearing a jersey and then absolutely dominated offensive tackles at will. He was kind of that guy on that great Seahawks defense that I felt always got left off of the glory because of what those defensive backs did. But he was awesome. He allowed them not to blitz because he was continually beating guys. So he was a phenomenal football player and a really cool dude as well.
Yeah, I will remember him as being part of that Legion of Boom and really one of maybe one of the number of small edge rushers like a Robert Mathis and a Dwight Freeney. Our league has gone to that, and we've seen those guys be more productive as time has gone on, and I see him as one of those smaller rush defensive ends who's capable of getting to the quarterback even if he's not wearing shoulder pads.
Yeah, when I think of Bennett, I think of a guy that PFF loved in our early years. We were like, hey, you gotta look at this guy. He's a great pass rusher. He's very productive. And before the 2013 season, we had Michael Bennett and Cliff Averill as our top two free agent edge defenders. And guess where they went? Right to the Seattle Seahawks, both of them. And then Seattle goes and wins the Super Bowl that year and almost wins the Super Bowl in 2014. So I'll remember Bennett as a guy that was unheralded, then became a star, helped transform that Seattle defense. And he was the guy that almost every draft pick, all those edge defenders who could win on the edge and then kick inside to face guards, they'd all get the Michael Bennett comp because he was the guy doing it at the NFL level. So that's how I'll remember Bennett.
Did you hang a little banner for that because of our
that's one of our – I have a ring. I have it locked up. It's in a safe. We got a ring for that year.
All right, next topic. Our good friend, Evan Silva, was recorded on film yesterday saying that he loves Josh Allen as a MVP bet. He's a long shot right now. One of the most bet on guys, though, because of those great odds. Are you guys buying Josh Allen as a good long shot to win MVP, or do you have someone else in mind?
Yeah, if he were a stock, I would have to say no, I'm not buying. Simply because there is so much around him. I know for a fact he's set up for success. He should have a successful 2020 season. And even if he is a success, I'm not so sure that he's going to put together the kind of season that's going to allow him to leapfrog Patrick Mahomes or leapfrog some of the other great quarterbacks. We know that Lamar Jackson sort of nipped at the heels all season last year. I thought Russell Wilson was going to walk away with the MVP. So I just don't see Josh Allen, even if he does have a successful season in 2020, I don't see him leapfrogging some of those other really great quarterbacks who I think are poised to win it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think he's got a better shot than Patrick Mahomes or a whole bunch of other guys.
Thanks,
but, right, breaking news. However, if we're just talking a dark horse candidate, like, hey, it could happen, he does have the situation, and the situation matters. Josh Allen doesn't even have to play great football, and we could be sitting there in like week 15 or 16 saying, wow, Josh Allen's thrown 25 touchdowns, he's rushed for another 8 or 9, and it doesn't feel great, but
that's
because
not
he has
MVP.
the point is, could he be an MVP candidate? The voters for MVP don't care about PFF grade, even though they should. They don't care about how well you play. They look at the stats at the end of the year. And if he has 28 touchdowns and then 10 more on the ground, people are going to look at that and say, wow, look at that productive player, because that's how people vote. So therefore, Josh Allen is a candidate, and he's only a candidate because of Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, John Brown, the running backs that they've drafted the last couple of years, and his rushing ability.
Jeez. Finally, we get to me 20 minutes later.
Thank you.
Josh Allen is not a good dark horse pick. In fact, I like Cam Newton more as a long shot option because of the wow factor that he can bring. He's a guy that we've actually seen be one of the more efficient quarterbacks in the NFL. Josh Allen just has not done that yet. He does not throw the ball accurately enough downfield. Stephon Diggs might be open. You got to put it in the ocean. You know, you got to put it somewhere in the vicinity for him to catch it. The guy I like is Matt Stafford, who through week 9 last year was the second highest graded quarterback when in a clean pocket. That offense was a top 5 offense. He was throwing the ball downfield, and you kind of have to win the division. I think the Lions have a sneaky shot to win that division, and that would get people's attention if they unseed the Packers and the Vikings. So Stafford is my guy.
I love the move Stafford made last year. That's
George,
great.
thank you for bringing some sanity to the conversation. Okay?
That's what I'm here for.
Greatly appreciate it. Well, Steve, I know you and Ben Lindsay, you guys just did an incredible job in piecing together an article sort of ranking the top linebacker units in the National Football League. And so we know some of the groups that are on this list. Which one do you think will maybe climb the ranking list the furthest by the time the 2020 season is done?
Yeah, when I was putting this list together, I was looking at the Arizona Cardinals at 17, and they were atrocious last year, the third worst coverage grade in the entire NFL among linebackers. They add Isaiah Simmons, the perfect all-around linebacker for today's NFL, and they return Jordan Hicks, who Hicks wasn't great last year, but he has a track record of success, especially dropping into coverage. So I think when you talk about a team that could take the biggest leap, Jordan Hicks, get him back to form. Isaiah Simmons, he hits the ground running as a rookie. The Cardinals have a chance to have a top 10 linebacking unit after they were one of the worst in the league last year.
Steve, I have so many issues with this list, but I'm going to let the people go read it. And when they do, they'll see that the San Francisco 49ers were not a top 5 unit, despite the fact that they have the young linebacker in Fred Warner that I want most, I think, out of anyone in the league. They have Quan Alexander, who's athletic. He's coming back from injury. But his replacement, Dre Greenlaw, was awesome last year, too. That's 3 linebackers that are phenomenal. They can cover, they're athletic, they can be in multiple places. That's what you're looking for linebackers. My favorite linebacker actually might be Derwin James, but that's neither here nor there. So the 49ers are a team that I think by the end of this year, we're looking at them like maybe the Seahawks, who you have pretty darn high up there as a team that just has these dynamic linebackers that you put anywhere on the field, cover just about anyone, and feel really safe in. Niners are rising.
George,
they just need to tackle better, guys. They had the second most missed tackles in the league last year.
Oh, by the way, they did make a tackle at point blank at the goal line to win the number 1 seed in the NFC and send Seattle on the road. I don't know how much better you got to tackle. I'm lining up with George on this one because I love that law firm of Warner, Greenlaw, and of course, Quan Alexander. I love all 3 of those guys. Not only do they play the run well, all 3 of them are excellent coverage linebackers, and they can stay on the field as 3-down linebackers. However, I also have to roll with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebackers in Levante David and Devin White. They're incredible. Levante David is one of the best coverage linebackers, best 3-down linebackers in the National Football League that no one talks about. So go check the grades. I think they'll clear you in the open. They'll clear you in the right direction.
My guy, Solly.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.